Rubrics are a massive part of a smooth online delivery. If you've chosen to use rubrics, which we recommend, your instructional designer sets them up for you in the Canvas environment. But you're the one who will be leveraging them to provide clear, actionable feedback to your students. So let's break down how Canvas's standard rubric interface works, how to read it, and what to look out for. Here's a rubric already attached to an assignment in this course. 3 criteria: content depth, organization, and mechanics, each with its own point range. This is what's called an enhanced rubric. Canvas moved to this format as the standard across all courses, so this is what you'll see no matter which course you're teaching. Each criterion has a set of performance levels, from strongest to weakest, each with its own point value, and a short description of what that level actually looks like. This is what makes a rubric useful beyond just handing back a number. It tells the student specifically what separated a strong submission from a weaker one. One feature worth knowing about: if you go to the main rubric list for your course, you'll see it now tracks usage, showing exactly how many assignments or discussions are currently using each rubric. That matters because if a rubric is shared across several assignments, editing it would instead create a new rubric instead of affecting a single one associated with one assignment. And even that new rubric would still be orphaned until it was attached or assigned with the appropriate assignment. So this is a quick way to check before you make a change. Now, if you look at this rubric and think a point range should be different or a criterion is missing something important, that's a conversation to have with your instructional designer rather than an edit to make yourself, especially if the rubric is already attached to graded work. They can adjust it, and because of that usage tracking we just looked at, they'll also know exactly what else might be affected by the change. And that is reading and applying a rubric your instructional designer has already built, understanding what the point range means, checking where else a rubric is being used, and especially knowing when to loop in your ID for a change rather than editing it yourself. Elsewhere, we do address the bigger picture of why rubrics matter pedagogically if you desire to go deeper into that topic.